your life work.
These racks and shelves contain a lot of books, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, perhaps millions. How do you feel about them? Do they mean something to you? Are they your friends? Have you a real love of books and learning? You do? That's good. Now, do you like people? And do people like you? Do you like all kinds of people? The young as well as the old. People in all stations of life. You do? That's wonderful. Because when you have these two important qualifications, love for books and love for people, you may well consider the vocation of a librarian, a vocation that gives full enjoyment to the librarian and radiates it to the public. The public, that may consist of children with an awakening interest in literature. The large public schools generally employ special librarians to assist the pupils in finding suitable books. During free reading periods, the librarian attempts to direct the young reader's interest into approved and worthwhile channels, a challenging and rewarding job. In the smaller schools, the library is usually under the supervision and direction of a teacher librarian. Pupils working during free periods generally handle circulation. However, under such a plan, the library personnel changes from period to period with little opportunity for individuals to really understand library work.
Wow, the 1950s. Those were the days, eh? That little scene brings quite a chuckle to us now. My name is Eugene Oregon, one of the new breed of male librarians. It's hard to believe that in the 1950s we thought that we had reached the height of library science, what with our card catalogs and our dark paneled walls. But of course, with all the modern scientific and electronic advances of the last 10 to 15 years, we realized that here, in the 1960s, we have truly reached the pinnacle in the advancement of the library sciences. I have seen the library of tomorrow, and it can be summed up in one word: microfiche. No, I'm not talking about tiny fish, but small plastic film cards that store information. No longer will librarians be burdened with watching the card catalogs to make sure errant children don't move cards around, or worse, take them.
I'm looking for a book on television, but I forgot.
Do you know the author?
No, I don't, and I don't know the title either. But it's a blue book, and it kind of gives the whole story. You know.
Do you know? With microfiche, the patron can find the book himself, while you attend to more important needs. Problem solved. On just a few microfiche, you can store your entire catalog. Just think of the space you can save moving out that bulky card catalog cabinet and replacing them with these handy, portable microfiche readers. Librarians will be free to do other things like shelving and shushing loud patrons. Children will of course not be allowed to use the machines and will be able to better use their time looking for selections in the children's section. The Library of Tomorrow also contains a new checkout system in which microfilm is used to photograph both the book and the patron's card. So toss out all those old cards and stamps. There's a more modern way of keeping records. Our catalogers are now up to date and processing books faster than ever thanks to our new electric typewriters. Oh, there's still time for fun in the library as we have opened new rooms without pesky windows, to preserve our books for as long as possible. We can also check out movies from our vast growing collection. And we have the absolute last word in modern projection equipment. How can it ever get better than this in the library? Truly, we are living in the most amazing time that ever was and ever will be. Our well-trained staff is always there for you, pencil in hand, to write down reference questions you may have. We can now guarantee a 48-hour turnaround on answering any reference question. Perhaps our biggest advances have come in policy and rulemaking in the libraries. Our rigidity in rulemaking and the enforcement of the rules has always been widely respected in other fields. The discipline in an orderly library has filtered down from the public library to the school libraries. Let's take a look.
Here, many of us use the same books and reference materials. So we have set up rules to help make the library a good place to study and read, and to help all of us use the books more fairly. Of course, at times, some of us have trouble with the rules.
You have a book out, overdue, and it's already been renewed once. I can't let you take out another until you bring that book back.
Oh, sure you can. Look, I need that book, and this one too, for an assignment. Now just let me take it out, and I'll bring it back next week.
No, I can't. It's the rule.
Yes, it's the rule. But John needed the book, and he wanted Betty to make an exception to the rule. Of course, she could not make an exception, but she suggested that John take his problem to the principal.
All right, I will.
Well, that's our look at the Library of the Future. It's an exciting time to live, knowing that library science has reached its peak. I should report that some libraries experimented briefly with an automated machine known as a computer, but its large size and complicated mechanical workings made it impractical for the modern library. For our entire staff, Jim and Eve Cricket, Les Moore, C. Ann Tankris, and D. Crepit. Of course, the shelvers and the circulation staff. This is Eugene Oregon saying, welcome to the future.